everyone, it's Kiwi Cosplay! Alright, so this is my primer. It's by e.l.f. and it's a spray primer, so I just spray it all over my face, use my fingers and just try to really blend it in there. And then I show you my contacts that I put on before the makeup, and then this is my foundation that we're going to be putting on. It's by CoverGirl. It's a rather pale foundation, as my face generally is pale. I'm just naturally red almost all over the place. And now I'm using a beauty blender to blend it all over my face to try to get all of my problem areas. And now we're going in with CoverGirl's concealer, and we're putting that under my eyes in almost like a V-shape kind of thing. Then we're putting it all over my chin and my forehead, as my chin and my forehead are usually my problem areas for breakouts. And then we're going in with a beauty blender once more. It's the same one that I used for my foundation. You can use different ones if you want to, it's all up to you guys. And then I'm just going in and blending it all over my face to make sure that it looks natural and it doesn't have any spots. I also go in around under my eyes to really try to blend it out under my eyes a little better with my fingers, and we're just going all over the place and patting it down, as you want to make sure that it looks perfect, especially on camera. And I also make sure to blend down to my neck, as my neck also seems to have a little bit of a red undertone to it. So I like to make sure that my face and my neck match, because it's going to look very weird in some pictures. And so you want to make sure that works out. And then that's finished with the face, and now we're going in with Revolution, which is a big powder. And it's very shiny and beautiful, so I usually try to put it over my cheeks and my nose. But sometimes I also like to just blend it all over my face and my eyes, just to really make that area pop. Alright, and now we're going to make sure my face looks good. We're going to dance like a dork, because what else are we going to do? And now we're going in with my Morphe palette that I had got recently a few months ago. It's from Ulta Beauty. It's very beautiful. The cover art of it is beautiful. And now I'm going to show you the 3 colors that I'm going to use on my eyes. The darker color is going to go around my outer corners. And we're going in with this brush. And I'm just showing you that I'm putting it on my outer corners. We're going to really slather that stuff on there. It's one of the darker colors of the browns. I like to use browns for Kirishima, as he's a guy, so I feel like going natural colors like this for a guy makes more sense than using the bright pink that some people do, or what I used to do for my BNHA guys. I also like to use my fingers sometimes to really blend out the eyeshadow, but I also like to make sure that it's a very prominent color, because if not, you won't be able to even tell that there is eyeshadow on there, and then you put all this work into it with no show for it. And I'm going to constantly show you each step of the eyeshadow and really focus in on the camera. And now I'm going to be doing the upper lid with a new brush and using the lighter of the colors onto my upper lids. And we're gonna really put those on there, try to make it so that it's prominent and you can see. And those are those 2 colors. And we're gonna put that palette down for a minute, and we're gonna go into a new palette. And in this palette, I use the very bright white color that is almost like a highlighter, as that's what I usually use it as. I put it in my inner corners to really make them pop. Now keep in mind that I am not a makeup artist, and this is just my own personal preference and what I've been seeing in makeup tutorials and stuff like that. This is just something that I feel works best for me. If it doesn't work for you, that is perfectly okay. And now we're going in for a blending brush, which is what it was called. And I use it just to blend all of the eyeshadow together to try to make it look a little more natural and less all over the place. And then that's the almost finished product of the eyeshadows, and now I'm just feeling myself here. And now we're going in with my brush that I used earlier for the darker colors, and now we're going in for an even darker color as I show here. And we're going to put that in my crease, as I realized that I did not do this first. Normally what I like to do is do the outer corners and then the crease and then everything else. But I decided to do it last minute this time around because I almost forgot about it. And now we're going to blend that all together again, just to make sure it looks good. And there's the finished product of the eyeshadow. And now we're going into this brush, which I got from Amazon, and it has a bunch of different colors, and we're going for the red, because using the angular brush that I have, as it works best for eyebrows, and then I'm just really slathering that stuff on there to try to make it very prominent and very red, since his hair is very red. I've seen some people do like the half eyebrows because it's easier for them and because that's more so what he has in the show, but I personally have longer eyebrows that are thinner and I don't really want to shave them, so there's that. I also just realized that I had made a mistake and put the eyeshadow where I didn't want it to be, so yeah, I usually wet my finger to try to fix that because makeup wipes will just ruin the whole makeup look. And now we're done with the eyeshadow, or the eyebrows, and now we're going in with this SFX wheel. It's called the Bruise Wheel. You can get it off of Amazon. I'm going to use the red and the brown to do Kiri's little scar that he has, but I personally like to make the scar a little bigger than it actually is in the show. That is my own preference. You can do whatever you want with it, but I usually try to take the red first, put it on there, use my finger and blend it to try to make it less prominent, and then I go in with the brown and I put that on top of the red and blend that together as well to make it kind of more like bloody than like an actual scar. Scars are less red like this, but this is my own preference. And there's the finished product of the scar. And my next step is going to be going in with my eyeliner, which is my least favorite part, and it's from e.l.f., as I just love e.l.f.'s products, and I'm going to show you that I'll be doing a little wing, which is what I usually like to do. I try not to make it too big or too tall, as it's just basically trying to go for like a good male look. And this part takes me a little while to actually get because it's like a marker kind of eyeliner, and it's really hard to get it to be prominent and actually working. Because a lot of times it goes on very pale looking and not very noticeable. So this part takes a little while to do, and don't get frustrated if it takes you a while. That's just how the eyeliner works. I've been going through so many different kinds of eyeliner in the past that this one seems to be the best one so far, but it's still a little frustrating to put on. So you have to have a lot of patience and a lot of focus to do it. The reason why I don't do it under the eye anymore is because I feel like it looks much better and easier to put eyeshadow under the eye if you don't have eyeliner under the eye. It's just a personal preference, as I said before, so this is just what I do. If you like to do it under the eye, there is nothing wrong with that, and it will help, and you can, as like a tip, use white eyeliner underneath to make your eyes pop more. But I feel my eyes are very anime related anyway. And now we're going in for my mascara, which I don't really know the company. It was just kind of a random mascara that I found at Walgreens. Very cheap, very easy to use, and this just makes a natural look for a male. And that is the completed look for Kirishima. And now this is just me going to put on the wig so that I can give you the nice finished look. It usually takes me a little bit to put the wig on because it's a little bit stubborn and not the greatest wig in the world. And there you go. There's the finished look of Kirishima. Thank you guys. I love you.